Good evening, welcome. This is the Comedy Cavern. The jury's out. I'm Charmaine Davis, and it's my birthday celebrations as well. As you can see, this maddening crowd behind me with the audience, and actually a good night. So thanks for joining us.
And he's going to go to sleep, she's going to eat a pie, he's going to cry a bit, and he's going to bash one out probably. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do.
Does that make you 3 to 6 inch man?
You know what?
3 loops, 3 inch first loop, 6 inch next.
I don't understand any words that you say. Are you a heckler from another country?
Actually, I'm English with a Scottish accent. But
Cool, okay, well, we'll resume this conversation some other point.
Lubby.
Okay, I'm lubing you now as we speak. It's just subconsciously, you can't feel it yet. That's what a good lube artist does. So, I was going to start the banter, but it seems the banter has started me. So let's go to someone else. Hello. You look very nice.
That's not fair.
What's your name, madam?
He looks lovely though.
He does look lovely. Is that your name? He looks lovely though.
Not tonight, not tonight.
Not tonight.
Steve.
Steve, hello Steve, how are you?
I'm very good, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, as you can tell, come on. And you, madam?
My name's Jenny.
Jenny, hi Jenny. So Steve and Jenny, nice to meet you. And I can see you sat next to each other, so it's a question we're all wondering. I'm going to ask it. What have you had for your tea?
Cider.
Cider, so you're drinking on an empty stomach?
No, this is tea.
Is it?
I had some crisps.
Not where I grew up. You had crisps?
I had crisps, yeah.
That's pretty good. It's one of your 5 a day, isn't it? Carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Excellent, that's good. I had some carbohydrates in my tea. I had 3-day out-of-date gnocchi. And I'm a bit worried actually, so you might see some results of that particular experiment as the night unfolds. We might see what happens there. Because I'm a bit of a dangerous man, I live on the edge tonight in fact. I did the old aftershave Russian roulette. I couldn't be arsed waiting for the bathroom light to come on, so I just grabbed it and sprayed it, and it could have gone in the opposite direction to me. That would have been a waste of aftershave. But luckily, got it right. I lived to tell another day. So I'm very excited about that. So let's move on, shall we? Sir, leaning on the bar, hello. Hi, what's your name?
Alexi.
Alexi, nice to meet you. Are you a regular in this pub?
Very regular, yeah.
Yeah, you've got the regular stance, haven't you?
Yeah.
Rather than the comedy aficionado stance.
I've been here once before.
Oh right, okay. Oh, so you've come for the comedy specifically?
Specifically for the comedy.
Excellent. Are you a friend of Charmaine?
And I've never met her before in my life.
Oh, you. Yeah, so it's Charmaine's birthday, isn't it, everyone? Everyone's here for that.
Yay!
Yeah, it's very good. I think perhaps we should all sing to Charmaine.
Go on then.
Yeah. Come on then. Let's start, and please everyone join in because I'm going to look. Right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charmaine. Happy birthday to you. And Charmaine she will be accepting drinks throughout the night. Just like every other night. So, let's talk to someone else. Come on, somebody have a good conversation with me. I'm dying. What's your name, Joe?
Joe.
Oh, Joe. Hello, Joe. What brings you
What's your
here?
name, Joe? Joe.
Yeah.
Yes.
What brings you here, Joe?
Jojo. Jojo.
Jojo.
I mean,
Jojo, you're a monkey.
I'm here to interact with this gentleman.
Oh, excellent. Take care of that first.
It's very I'm trying to save your life. Have you got a life belt?
A life belt.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I think we're going to revert to material here. I think it's our only recourse at this particular
I love
point.
your sexy beard.
Thank you. I do as well. What especially do you like about it?
It's short, it's neat, and it makes you look younger than you probably really are.
Thank you, I appreciate that, because you're saying what, I look about 19, 20?
Probably about 31.
Hey, well, I'll take that, I'll take that.
What are you really?
That's a 25% discount. 45.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
no, it's good, it's very good. Yeah, this is great. And sorry, I forgot your name again. I've heard so many words from you, but only one of them was your name. What?
Well, you really call me Cupface, but my name's Craig.
Oh, I don't need to call you that. Craig, nice to meet you, Craig. And what are you doing here tonight? Have you had a few drinks today? You've been out having fun?
I've plenty to drink. I came here for Charmaine.
So you're a friend of Charmaine?
Yeah, but it's more of a drink than anything else that I have for Charmaine.
Oh, well, so you're like you've got an unrequited love for Charmaine?
Oh, God, yes. I've not had a look at Charmaine. I mean, she is literally that hot.
Oh yeah, we're all, you know, we've all been there, don't worry. I mean, we're not... I mean, emotionally. I mean, hypothetically. I mean, in a romantic corridors of our mind.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so, well, Charmaine, maybe you could sit on his lap and do us all a favour.
I'm busy.
You're busy, I'm just busy.
It won't take long.
I'm pretty sure that Lincoln's laughing.
Okay, well, so Craig, have you been to many comedy nights?
Oh, I've been to loads.
Have you stayed to the end of many comedy nights? Sorry?
I said I've ruined a few myself.
You have, okay, well don't... This is
I don't want
Charmaine's
to ruin
bit.
yours, but...
No, let's not
I'll
ruin
sit on
us.
his lap.
This is one of the rules.
Come on stage and let you sit on mine.
I'll sit on his lap and show him up.
Okay, thanks Charmaine. Because this is one of the things you can do. You can ruin a comedy night by talking all the way through it and not being on the stage. So we've got a few rules to keep...
I'm so sorry.
That's okay, no, it's fine. I know you're friendly, but Charmaine's going to... Ooh.
Abuse!
No, she said she's not
Is it worth the sacrifice, Charmaine? No! I'm asking you.
Behave.
Okay, right, we have a few rules at comedy nights. Because like all civilised societies operate on rules, don't they? And comedy night is nothing if not a small slice of our civilised society. So firstly the rules are we turn off our mobile phones, just like we do when we're in hospitals and when we're in prison. We have them taken off us, don't we? Every time I've killed someone, they put me in prison and they've taken my bloody mobile phone off me. And I've had to get a dodgy one and you just can't get the coverage and the wardens don't care. So no mobile phones off or at very least silent. If you're waiting for to hear your wife's had a baby but you want to have a good laugh in the meantime, mobile phones on silent, vibrate, go outside to answer that magical call. No chatting away at the bar just because you're bored. You know, if you're bored, read a book silently, alright? And no shouting out. What I want you to do though, I want to get everyone's got a bit of heckler in them. I want you all to get the heckler out of your system right away. On the count of 3, I want you all to shout tit wank, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Tit wank!
Thank you, now we all feel better, now we all feel ready to behave ourselves for the rest of the night, don't we? Yep. It's very important to behave yourself. Okay, yeah, so has anyone been watching the news lately? All that stuff that's been going on, that awful man, and all those poor people in that sad situation. And that puppy that's got a lot to be thankful for, that was nice, wasn't it? Now, I haven't even seen the news, but I had you all fooled there, didn't I? Because I can't really keep up with current events. I struggle to keep abreast of what's going on in my own fridge. Honestly, I do. I mean, look at that note on my hand. Most comedians have comedy notes written on their hand. Mine says milk. I can barely keep up with my milk situation without visual aids now. So that's pretty bad. But one thing does make me angry is that Prime Minister. That Gordon Brown, when will he learn?
He's a fucking tosser.
He's a tosser. yeah, fucking right. When is he going to sort his life out, eh? Gordon Brown, you better be careful, because someone's going to come and knock him out soon, I reckon. But
they're all fucking tossers.
They are, they're all tossers, that's exactly right. Well, you're on in a bit anyway, so we'll hear from you later. Now, did you know that if you take all the letters of his real name, James Gordon Brown, he fucking hates it. There you go, better punchline than I had, so good stuff. But that's nothing. Did you know his real name is James Brown? We've got the funkiest Prime Minister in the world, so we're lucky. But no, never mind about James Brown. Right, come on, smile everybody.
Yeah, that's what we think with Gordon Brown smiles. Have you seen this thing?
Oh yeah, that's a rough smile he's got there. He's not melting any hearts, is he?
If James Brown could turn Mick's gravy, he'd turn over him.
He sure would. This is the best conversation I've had all day.
You and Sam.
It's the only
Okay.
conversation you've had all day.
Hey, yeah, nice one. That's good stuff. This isn't quite like the last time I did this. Okay. Well, the worst thing on TV, surely, I think we all agree, it's got to be those terrible Babe Station sex line shows. Am I right, fellas? Eh? Awful. Awful. I don't know how anyone could bear to watch them, actually, especially with that horrible cheesy music constantly looping every 2 hours. It's, yes, it's really bad. I am actually single, yes. Yeah, well, I'll tell you if you listen. I'm really hung up on my ex-girlfriend because she was amazing. She worshipped me.
I hung my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay.
She's still there.
Well, this is fascinating behaviour. This is really good. I mean,
Wow. Her name was Michael Hutchins.
your girlfriend's name was Michael Hutchins. Perhaps you should take a leaf out of her book. Okay. Has anyone got any ideas? Right. I would get off the stage, but I hesitate to drop the first act into this situation. I'm taking a bullet. I'm taking a bullet. Is the first act ready to come on then?
Plastic people.
Yeah? Okay, well, please welcome in your disparate and bizarre ways, Mr. Fraser. I'm going to teach you how to applaud, because there's so many things you seem to not understand how to do. What you do is you put your hands together multiple times to create pockets of sound, and you do that like to create generate an atmosphere of noise. So what I want you to do is you can start applauding, and then you can just go randomly around the room until everyone's applauding. And I'll tell you the name of the person you're applauding, because the second time I say it, you'll all be applauding, so you won't hear it. So I might as well even say it the second time, to be honest, eh? Right, he's called Fraser Geeson. He's an excellent comedian, and he's a good personal friend of mine. So please start the applause for Fraser Geeson!
Keep clapping! Start whipping! Start cheering! That's right! Start cheering for me! Brilliant, brilliant me! Yeah, no! Start laughing! Start laughing! Keep laughing! That's not really me, that, you know. So, look, I've got a wee computer here, and I wear glasses, you know, and I'm not Scottish, I'm sorry. A bit shaken up actually, like on the way here, this bloke pulled a knife on me and he said, like, give me all your money, I've got a knife. I said, I haven't got much, I've got about like £1.20. He said, that'll do. So I gave him the money and he gave me the knife. Don't get me wrong, right? It's a good knife, I got a good bargain, but it's just a really rude way of doing business, you know. I got married last year, apparently I wear jewellery now. The moment I knew I loved Rachel, she was getting a bit flustered about something, you know, and she said, oh, I'm confused.com, and I didn't kill her. Because I hate that, you know, when advertising slogans worm their way into common parlance, you're turning yourself into an advert and you're not even getting paid. As a rule, you just don't do that, simples. While we're righting some wrongs, Bob Dylan, right?
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me.
Have you ever actually tried to play a song on a tambourine? It's just a bunch of jingling metal. You might as well try and play a song in a bunch of keys. Alright, what's this?
Hey, Mr.
That's Thief from EastEnders. Good guess there. Alright, that was the easy one.
That's the Black Eyed Keys.
What's this? No. That's a very good guess and you're all right to laugh, but please listen carefully as we do this.
Jimmy Savile.
That was actually Norway's entry in 1978 for the Eurovision Song Contest. Meal et a meal, famous of course, because it got nil across the board. I do like music though, I like music, but it has to be in the right context, you know. I only really like music when it's being played on a bus by a teenager off like a small mobile phone, you know. And in these circumstances, I can't help myself, you know. I have to start dancing.
The thing about dancing, it's all a bit sexy, isn't it? And you get very hot when you're dancing as well. Let's get a bit of air on the ab there, you know. And when you're having a good time and you're dancing, it's very important to show your appreciation. So what I do is I'll snake my way up the bus. Like a sexy music running snake. And I'll find this thing again, mate. You're a teenager. Now, bear in mind, I'm not the sort of person who normally say boots to a goose. In fact, goose was on stage saying something particularly offensive. Right? Goose! But in these circumstances, I like to go, yes! This is amazing! Is there any way you can make this any louder? It's just the sound of my dancing feet! It's moving me in ways I never felt possible! I'm in ecstasy! Are you a DJ? You should be, like you should DJ in a club! What is that? Is that Adele? Oh! Never hear Adele anywhere, do you? God, you wouldn't work in a club, would it? You wouldn't have that amazing sound system!
Yes. Reparations. Maybe you've just fallen ill and you need some help getting better. But why not try hospital? At hospital, our trained staff and facilities are specifically designed for that sort of thing. Hospital! So anyway, yeah, my name has been Fraser Gibson, should you wish to complain. I'm very sorry.
Normally I
We wish him all the best. Okay, you ready for your second act? So start applauding right now, spread it around the room, and then he'll be on the stage magically. Let's hear it for Dom Lister! Hey, go mental, louder than that. Come on, properly clap, you fuckers. That's better.
Thank you very much. Oh, hello hipsters of Brighton, how are we? We good? I'll be your child for this evening. Hello, nice to see you all. You've got your Latin. Hello, man at the back who startled me in the bathroom, didn't you? Hello. That's alright, it's not as seedy as it sounds, they just scared the shit out of me. So, hello, my name's Dom. The first thing you probably noticed about me...
Dom.
Hello mate, you alright? How are you?
Fine.
Fine, what's your name?
Mondo.
Mondo, we had to wait a while for that and it was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Well, you'll find out later.
Right, excellent. We can have more adventures in the bargain, can't we? We can scare the shit out of another person. Excellent, this is all good. I love Brighton. The first thing you've noticed about me is probably I'm quite skinny. I'm quite a skinny person, but I don't mind being skinny. We're all supposed to be happy with ourselves, aren't we? We're all supposed to embrace our bodies. Good example of this. Mondo, you alright? We still with me? Excellent. Is that short for Armando, by the way?
Whatever you want it to be.
Armando it is, okay. Now I'm sensing it's a fake name, but whatever. Back to me. I'm quite skinny.
You can make it Armando.
Yeah, there you go. It's done. Guys at the back, yeah. They've got the power. Oh, there we go. Hello. Yes, that's right. No, I'm still here, guys. Don't worry. Armando, you're fine over there, mate. What's going on?
Great, just right here next to me. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so I'm quite skinny, but I don't really mind because we're all happy with ourselves, aren't we? Right? A good example of this is a friend who came up to me recently and he said, "Oh, Dom, I've got this problem." I said, "Sure, mate. What's wrong?" He said, "I've only got half a foreskin." I went, "Don't worry, mate. That's not a problem. You shouldn't be. That's half a problem, if anything, isn't it? Don't worry about it. I mean, half a foreskin literally makes you the definition of Jewish, right? Which is brilliant. You've got to use what you got, haven't you?" I've always known I was skinny, but until recently I hadn't quite understood just how skinny I was until I went on the BBC website and they had this app that calculated your body mass index, right? But not only did it calculate your body mass index, it also compared your BMI to that of a country, okay? So if you've got quite a high BMI, America, right? That's how it works. I put my BMI in and I knew I was skinny, but I was yet unprepared for the country. Democratic Republic of Congo is is the country that is twinned with my which isn't good. It's not a good country, is it? And how I know it's not a good country is because it's got the words democratic and republic in it. If you have to put those two words in your country, then it's clearly neither of those things. It's like the People's Republic of China. Oh, it's the People's Republic, is it? As far as I'm concerned, the people decide fuck all. People's Republic of China. I tell you what, one country has got it right, United Arab Emirates. That is a united country. United against human rights, but they've got, hey, he slipped a joke in there. So yeah, it is quite difficult being skinny though, especially at clubs. You tend not to get noticed. And I was at a club recently, and I was chatting to this girl, I thought it was going really, really well. And at the end of the night, I said, do you want to come back to my place? And this is genuinely what she said. She looked at me and said, I would, but I'm worried I might break you. Genuinely, she said that. Genuinely. And does that even happen? I don't know. What happened here? I don't know. We're having sex and he snapped in half. I don't know what to do. That's rubbish. But it was even more difficult when I was younger and at school. And I remember vividly, I was playing rugby, my favourite game.
Really?
Yeah, really? I know, right? I used to just stand out on the wing and hope the ball didn't come to me. But this one time the ball landed in my arms. I didn't really know what to do, so I just ran, okay? I ran, and everyone started chasing me. Everyone started chasing me. I remember the teacher was shouting, tackle him, take him out. And everyone's getting, it's like a scene from Lord of the Flies, right? Just with a skinny piggy this time. And everyone's getting closer and closer. And the teacher was shouting, tackle him, take him out. Kill the pig, spit his blood, right? The works, he's really going for it. And everyone's getting closer and closer until a boy right at the front reached out to grab me. And just before he grabbed me, he stopped. And he turns to the teacher and said, Sir, I don't want to tackle him. What if he dies? What if he dies? Unbelievable, it's horrible, because that's horrible, because at school then, the rumours just start flooding, right? The rumour that stuck was that I had brittle bone disease, okay? So I didn't get bullied, but no one touched me. I started getting wide berths in corridors, it's horrible. This just built until one day, my own sister, who went to school, my own sister came up to me, and she said, Dom, I said, yeah. She said, are the rumours true? I said, what rumour? She said, are you dying? My own sister. We talk at home. And she said, are you dying? And by this point, I tried to deny every rumour, so I just went with this one. I said, yeah, sure, whatever, yeah, I'm dying. Which was the worst thing to do. She ran off crying, told the headmaster, we had to have an assembly, a whole school assembly, to say, he hasn't got brittle bone disease, he's not dying, it was all a rumour, don't worry about it. The next day in school, I was walking through the school gates, I just got in, and someone punched me right in the back of the head. Right? And I fell to the ground. I remember I cut myself, right? And I looked up at this guy who punched me. I looked him in the face and he said, that's for not fucking dying, and walked off. Oh, you guys have just been great, especially you, Armando. I feel we've got a bond now. I've been Dominus to you guys. Have a lovely night.
Thank you.
Today, come on. There we go. Right, so are we ready for another act? We've got an act all the way from London. Yes! Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, his name is Morwan, but you're not going to hear it the second time because you're all going to be going fucking nuts. Let's go mental for Morwan. Come on! Hey! There we go.
Hello guys, my name is Morwan, pronounced Morwan. You need to know how it's pronounced because this may seem like a one-way conversation, but it's not. I do a lot of audience interaction. What's your name, where are you from? Great, see, there's a lot of that. So that's going to go on. So yeah, it's pronounced Morwan. I get all sorts of variations. I get Mawam, marijuana. The worst one is my ex-girlfriend. She keeps pronouncing it dickhead. So please don't do that, okay? I had a girlfriend. I went out with her 2 years. Ain't that great? Thank you. That's my girlfriend over there. She cut her hair. And yeah, so I went out with her 2 years, and then we just like stopped talking to each other. And I thought, how weird, you get to know someone so closely and then you just stop talking to them. And the last thing she said to me was, Morwan, you're not a good person. I don't know if she said it like that because it was on Twitter, she said it on Twitter. But when I read it, I thought she said it in a different way because her profile picture is her putting her face on a night out. So I thought, when I read it as, Morwan, you're not a good person. And yeah, I get really paranoid now because I want to prove to myself that I'm a good person. Put your hand up if you think you're a good person.
Yay!
Yay! Yes, trust Armando to do it. None of you don't think you're good people. Why don't you've got a pink jumper and short hair. You look like a lovely person. Why do you not think you're good? Good. Okay. So you're not very good at quick thinking, but you're a good person.
Not a good person.
Why are you not a good person?
Sorry, I could be better. There's things you could do better every day.
Yeah, there are, aren't there? Like what?
Not kill all those people.
Not kill loads of people. I'm working on it. Well, you need to talk to that guy because he killed his wife and he put his hand up. So he obviously has some very good confidence skills. So I'll go with this. But yeah, I'm paranoid because I really want to prove to myself I'm a good person, and I know I'm a good person because I never dodge tax. Yeah, I never use disabled toilets unless I have an ulcer because everyone knows that counts. And I even recycled once. So I'm a really good person. Yeah, I'm good at this as well. Clearly, this is going really well. How are you doing, sir?
My nickname's...
Sorry, wait. He needs more attention. What?
Just call me OJ.
OJ. Oh, I love that, OJ. That suits you a lot more, actually. Yeah. So what brings you here, OJ? Are you a regular?
Man, just you.
Just me? Are you a fan? Have you seen the videos online?
Just want to kill.
You just want to kill? Oh, that's comforting. That's, well, I'm the one dying here, so you're doing a good job, mate. Right. So, where was I? I'm a good person, and hang in there. You're doing well.
You're dying.
I'm not dying. They love me. They do. She loves me because she's smiling. They're just not laughing with volume, but she's loving this, aren't you? Fantastic, isn't it? I mean, this is gold. You know, like that man over there. He's making notes because these jokes are so good, aren't you? Okay, whatever. So listen, look. I decided that I was going to go travel because one of my friends said, go travel to find yourself. You leave London, go somewhere exotic. So here I am in Brighton, and it's working. I'm really finding myself. And another place to find yourself to go travelling is on the London Underground. And this is how I know I'm a good person, right? Because I was on the Underground. I took my headphones out to do a sound test to make sure my music weren't too loud for the other people on the. Yeah, good person. Thank you. Yeah, and also the other day I was pissing, and on the urinal there were other people's pubes, and guess what I was doing with my piss? Clean. Yes, you do it too. You are a good person. You should have put your hand up. And I'm doing my bit for the cleaner. Do you know what I mean? And it's moments like those that I wish I'd videoed it and sent it to my ex-girlfriends. Like, in your face. Like, good thing I did. Yeah. You know what's lovely? Is when you write stuff and then you forget it when you're on stage. It's so nice. It's just one of those things you just think life is so fucking good to you, isn't it? Yeah. And yes. You know who you look like? You look like Sarah Millican. Does no one think that? I think that's why I'm petrified because I'm thinking Sarah Millican is in the front, is watching my gig. You don't know who she is. You know who she is. Do you like her?
I do like her.
Yeah, she's good. Do you find that a compliment or a diss? That I said you look like her.
I don't really think I look like her.
No, okay. As I said, there's loads of audience interaction in what I do.
Spike Milligan.
Yeah, you look like Spike Milligan.
Thanks.
Yeah, you sound like him too.
Alright, sorry. Okay,
Have you explained to him?
Yeah.
Thank you. Not only does she like my set, she's supporting it. I'm gonna take you to my gig so you can explain everything, like a little footnote. Okay. Can anyone guess where I'm from, by the way? Take a wild guess. You can be as racist as you want. I don't mind. Honestly, I've got a thick skin. Keep going.
Christian.
Come on, where do you think I'm from? Come on, you know. Come on, think. Just be racist. Be racist. Yeah, say what's on your mind. Very close, Essex. Was it a fake tan that gave it away? Was it, I'm from Essex. Essex is a funny. You all know Essex, right? You all know Essex. It's a funny place to grow up. In school, we'd get little medals for turning up to prom without an STD. Fact. I was very close to getting a medal. I was. Syphilis Sally fucked everything up for me. I just wanted to know that. And growing up in Essex, right? I went back to Essex the other day. I went to my mum's place, and my mum's a funny person. When she came to England, it was the first time she'd been on a plane. So you know, she's been through a lot of security checks, and it's funny because when we were kids, she'd go to like sign on at the we weren't very legal. We were very legal, so she used to go on and sign at the deportation office. And sometimes she wouldn't come back because they would keep him like, oh, yeah, I'm going to deport you, and that'd be really scary because as a 10-year-old, I was the one telling my mum off when she came into the house for being in detention. That's fucked up. And so yeah, I'm also unemployed, believe it or not. I put the urinal thing on my CV and everything, still nothing. So yeah, shockingly, is anyone else unemployed, by the way?
Me.
Oh, no! No! Why are you unemployed? Do you go into job interviews and say, I'm Spike Milligan? What?
Same thing as you.
Same thing as me? Are you unemployed because I'm unemployed? Really? How, what, do you go to a lot of job interviews?
Don't need to.
That's all we're just going to wait for them to... Discuss what you're going to have for tea. What did you say? I'm genuinely curious, but you just said something. No. Are you going to go out, did you say?
When you finish.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, of course. I was just about to say how I'm unemployed. So you love this bit, because I know you care. And are you unemployed?
Yes.
Why didn't you admit it? Why didn't you lie and proud?
I did, but you were talking over there.
Sorry, you took my attention. It's hard being unemployed, isn't it?
Yeah,
no.
I'm sure it is. It is hard, isn't it? I'll talk to this man because he relates to the pain. I went to a job interview. Alright, cool, I'll talk to you as well. I went to a job interview, right? And this company I interviewed for, their logo was a frog and a church to represent leap of faith.
Oh, very good.
Very good, isn't it? Very good, Spike. But they need to be careful because that could be interpreted as shit logo. I probably shouldn't have said that in my job interview. But you know what, worst comes to worst, mate, you know what we could be, yeah? You're unemployed, I'm unemployed, you're not alone. Yeah, we could be friends with benefits. Yeah. Think about it. You'll get more than what you sign up for, mate, I'm just saying. Just saying. I went back to my mum's the other day, right? And she's going through a phase. She turned around and said, Ravan, I don't feel British enough. I'll translate that for you. I don't feel British enough.
Allah.
And, thank you. Did you say Allah? Oh, thank you. I thought you said I laughed, and I thought, phew! But you were just praying, don't worry. I went to my mum and she said, I'm going through a phase. I don't feel British enough. From now on, I will only make English food. And she does. She only makes English dishes. And some of her English meals include Yorkshire pudding with pilau rice, bhajis and mash, and the classic fish and chapatis. That's my mum. I wouldn't leave on that. You guys have been wonderfully silent. I love you all. Thank you.
Thanks very much to Marwan there. We're going to have our next, in a minute, we're going to have our last act of the section on, and then we're going to have like a 15-minute break. And you can all have a drink, and Mondo can catch his bus, and it's going to be lovely. What else? Oh, there was something I was going to say. Yeah, that's right. It's a celebration tonight. We're here for Charmaine. We're here for Charmaine, so we mustn't forget that. But there's one word I do not want to hear. It really annoys me when I hear it. I hate when people say partay, don't you? Partay.
No, party.
No, partay. It's pronounced pate.
Party.
Come on, speak English.
Party.
No, if you listen to the joke, there's a point to it. It all makes sense. Right, okay. Are we ready for our next act? Because this is... Yes, okay. Please welcome to the stage. Once again, I need you all to start clapping. Hello, over here, then start clapping. Right, thank you. Please welcome to the stage. Mass. Here he comes.
I heard a lot of people unemployed. You can all join Jihad. And your CV, once you accept. What is your name? I recognize him. Yes, from Esau, learning English. It's a bit intense. I feel like it's like a hostage situation at the moment. You like my new Nike? You like? I can do this throughout the whole show. But but I don't want to because Saddam Hussein made me do it for 4 years. What is your name? Yes, you.
Jenny?
Jenny, I'm going to have 4 wives today. I'm going to call you Fatima.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yes, it is. Because you can ride my camel if you want. What is your name? I don't care. What is your name? What? Joe? You're not jihad material. You're a real spastic, sorry. I like you, muscular man. Do good in Baghdad. What is your name?
This one.
Not him, he's bald, look at him. Missile would hit and reflect off. What is your name?
Me, Craig.
Craig.
Craig!
Come here, Craig, come here, Craig. Let me have a
Craig.
Round of applause for Craig!
Hey! Craig's in trouble.
I'm not going to wear a jacket.
You have to say Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
He's not converted to Islam, well done. No, Craig, what do you do for a living? In my country, we don't pay tax. I don't know what's tax. Don't do no tax joke. I don't know what's tax.
No, I'm a painter and decorator.
Okay, now you're a missile man.
Oh, really?
I train you now. Alright? You come here, I might marry you. I like you, big. You, why are you looking at wallet? You don't have more Arab money than us. Why is this disrespectful? Disrespectful. I don't even have a passport.
You can have mine if you want.
I'll give you Saudi passport, but one condition.
I sell you mine.
Okay.
£5,000.
But eBay cheaper.
This one's real.
I've got money. BBC called me up, right? BBC called me up. Listen, BBC called me up and goes, we want to give you a TV show. I was like, oh, thank you. What do you want to call it? I thought of this. Instead of come dine with me, come Iraq with me.
Yeah, no, white wine.
You don't like? Well, fuck you then. I don't care. I tell you a true story, right? It was me and my brother like this at McDonald's. Like this. Right? Like this.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm banned from McDonald's in New York.
You're banned from McDonald's in New York?
Yes. I've been to 7 different countries before I landed in Britain. I had benefits. I was like this. And I was like, you go to me. I don't like you no more. Can you please sit back? I need a woman. I need a woman.
You need a woman.
Charmaine.
No!
Charmaine.
Oh, happy birthday! Come on.
Charmaine.
Somebody's called me you shit.
How old are you?
21.
25 again.
Don't laugh. Don't make me shoot.
I don't accept that. I don't. You have to take them off.
Can I borrow your shoulder?
How
small I am. Is that better?
I love it. I love you. I love you so much. I'm gonna chop my legs off.
Oh, carry on.
Somebody give me a knife. This is a pub. Where's the knife? What? Someone said something.
He's got
They
the
didn't
knife.
bang the knife.
Okay. Let me tell you a story, right? This is a true story, right? Okay, forget the accent. You're for immigration purposes now. Listen to this, yeah? I was in McDonald's in New York, right? And I'm banned. And I was with my brother. My brother's gonna promise we're gonna get something to eat, right? So you're not bit about my family. And I was like, oh man, look at this queue. We're gonna get something to eat. And he goes, no man, I promised you. I was like, what did you promise me? He goes, I promised you we're gonna get in. I go, how are you gonna do it? He goes, Allah, and everyone run for it. You guys all have superhero films. When I came here, loads of superhero films. You had Batman, you had Spider-Man, you had Flash. In the Middle East, we've only got Aladdin, and he's a thief with 2 hands. Tough crowd today. Tough crowd. I could blow myself up right now. Okay, you're not even scared. For fuck's sake, you're not even scared. That's what I'm saying. In America, they run here. Go on then, mate. Stay around the corner, innit? Don't do around here. You. What's your name?
Michael.
No, you gives a shit about you. You.
Talking to you. Steve. He's gay.
He's another Steve.
Oh, you gay?
No.
Let me tell you a true story about the Middle East. If you're gay, you don't come back. No, I'll tell you a story. Yeah, I went to do college, right? Illegally by the name of Yusuf, right? And I showed my dad the letter, and it said, what is this? Do I have to pay for it? I was like, no, okay, read it to me. And it said performing arts. And he goes, what is it? I go, I have to sing, dance, and act. He goes, oh my God, my son is gay. Check this out. I went to Egypt recently, right? As I went to Egypt, I went to buy my mum something new, right? I went down. No.
No.
And the Arab guy pulled down. The guy goes, brother, come buy something. I was like, I don't buy nothing. He goes, come buy something. I said, I don't buy nothing. He goes, what coach? He goes, what religion are you? I was like, I'm Christian. He goes, I'm Christian. I was like, I'm Muslim. I'm Muslim. What a coincidence. I was like, I'm an atheist. You're not good, man. Guy bought it from here. Fuck off. Tough crowd. I know today. Very tough, very tough. I'll leave you with this, right? That's it.
Yes, yeah.
That was Mas. Let's hear it for Mas. Come on. Doing the best you can in a typical situation, I think we'd all agree. Now, in a moment, we're going to have a break. But first, we've got Peter, who's got something for our lovely Charmaine.
Come on, sexy.
That's alright, we don't need you to have shoes.
I have no shoes on.
That's alright, you don't have to kick him to death just yet.
So I haven't got on.
There you go, don't get too excited. It's not from...
This is from all the staff.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
You got money?
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Big round of applause for Pete for putting up with me for all these months. And big round of applause. Yeah, carry on clapping. It's contagious clapping, apparently. Yeah. And I have an announcement to make, actually. As from today, the Comedy Cavern will be changing names, because I've been beaten in submission, to the Comedy Court, apparently. So there's the announcement, yeah, so the publicity will be the changing, but it'll be the same venue. Anyway, back to the gorgeous, fabulous, manly man that is Dan Fardell.
She gauged my sex by my facial hair. Okay, now there's a break coming up, so there'll be none of this awkward flapping about on the stage for a little while. And we'll see how many acts. So, are we ready for part 2? Yay! Now, believe it or not, I'm actually excited to be here tonight because I'm from a town called Crawley. Yeah, have we heard of Crawley? Yeah, you might know it. It's about halfway between here and the edge of despair. It's a new town, famously built up in the 50s, and it has been described by historians as one of the most tragic consequences of the Second World War. Now, people like to slag off Crawley, but if you've never visited, I really can't recommend it highly. Now, as you drive into Crawley, you pass a road sign saying, "You're now entering an alcohol-controlled zone." And it's true, everyone in Crawley is completely controlled by alcohol. My local's quite good. The meat raffle there is such a hit, they're starting up fish bingo. Everyone's excited about that, but it can be a bit dodgy in there sometimes, a bit rough. I was in there just minding my own business, painting my nails, and sorry, God, what was I saying? I was reading a book. It's just that in that pub, those two things are seen as virtually interchangeable, you know what I mean? So anyway, this one big lump was giving me the evil eye, he didn't like me, and I was a bit nervous, you know, who wouldn't be? I've already described him in such incredible terms, you understand, don't you? You're feeling it yourself. So I was head down, ignoring him, then I had to go back to the bar and suddenly he's right in my face. And this is a horrible situation. He's there just glaring at me, right in my face. And I'm like, I've no option. I said, "Excuse me, mate, what's your problem?" He replied, "I live my life in a bubble of nostalgia for a past in which I was never even truly happy. And while consciously I can appreciate the tragic inherent irony, subconsciously it prevents me from fully embracing a positive future. You fat cunt." "Right, you and me outside." So, whoa, wait a second, let's compromise. You go outside. But he wasn't having it. I had to act fast, so I thought back to all the fights I'd had in school. And quick as a flash, I burst into tears. Yeah. This confused him for a moment and brought me the time I needed, because just then, thank God, 2 policemen walked in. And he had to go and serve them. And that's my Crawley story. So, I think you seem suitably warmed up. We did have 4 acts in the section, but one act, who's in my eyesight right now, has decided that he can't manage it. He's not feeling very well. For some reason, I don't know. I bet if it was supposed to be Apollo, he'd feel well. Anyway, are we ready? So we've got 3 more acts in the section. And we've got a cast iron guarantee of no heckling in this section. Because the
crap out of you.
The hecklers have turned remorseful. I just saw them hugging each other, and they're probably apologising to each other for heckling each other's heckling. Because when you've prepared your heckles, there's nothing more annoying than someone else, just as you're in the middle of your heckle that you've been working on and crafting beautifully, some other cunt jumps in and heckles your heckle. And it's like, what the fuck? I worked on that heckle. I worked on that heckle all day, I wrote that. I crafted that pause in between, that wasn't for you to jump in. Don't you understand heckling, mate? It's the rules of heckling. Anyway, they're on their last warnings, so
yeah, they are.
We'll see a big funny drunk fight if any more heckling happens. I'm looking forward to it. So please welcome, in the good spirit of the Comedy Cavern, soon to be the Comedy Court, of course. Please welcome your next act, Ross.
Hello over there. Hello. Men, give us a cheer. Ladies. That's a bit creepy, I do apologise. I could freak you out. It's alright, I'm safe. Okay, right, so, hello, I should start by saying, are you well? Are you well? Are you, this is what we comics do to get started. Are you well? Are you well? We don't care. Do you know what? You look lovely. Next time a comic comes on and says, are you well? You say, no.
No.
Take control. You said that without moving your lips. That was really good. And you've got a deeper voice than I would imagine coming out of that beautiful face. No. You alright, Malfi? How you doing, Nando's? You alright there? You calm down a little bit? Yeah? Right, good, right. Let me tell you a bit about myself. First thing you need to know about me is that I'm partially deaf. Okay, I can't hear high or low frequency sound. I've got to tell people that, okay? Because what tends to happen, listen mate, this is a one-way conversation, yeah? So if you want to heckle me, what you need to do, because I'm deaf, write it down, give it to the staff, and after the show, I will post you my response. It will go something like this. Shut the fuck up! Cock. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm partially deaf, so I can't hear high or low frequency sound. I've got to tell people that, because what tends to happen after the show is people come up to me and they say, oh, you were fantastic, you were like Eddie Murphy. Shut your face. And then I realise I've got hearing aids on. And they go, ooh, I didn't know you were deaf. Followed by tapping my hearing aid. Now, I don't know about you, but that's the equivalent of me going up to someone in the shower and saying, ooh, I didn't know you were circumcised. Cock. I got told something today which I want to share with you because you're a lovely bunch of people and I feel I can get this off my chest because it's quite upsetting. Someone told me I was crap at being black. Apparently I'm not black enough. Apparently there's some sort of colour card etiquette that I don't comply to. You would have thought this was enough, wouldn't you? I kind of get where they're coming from because I'm from Peckham. Do you know Peckham? Yeah. He's got a really rough reputation. Okay, it's getting a lot better now because you very rarely get stabbed a second time. But the thing is, like, my voice and my mannerism doesn't quantify the Peckhamese idiosyncrasies. Especially that sentence. But I get what it is because, like, when I was growing up, I had to have speech therapy classes. So I never got to localise my dialect. And it's one of the reasons why I'm one of the only black men on this planet that can't do a Jamaican accent. No, don't laugh, that's a disability. I mean, I do try, but it comes across like a posh person trying to get down with the urban youths. I'll give you an example. Go on.
Go on, man.
Yeah, see, you're blacker than me. Bring your car, boom boom, chicka chicka wow wow. Man. See, it's pathetic, isn't it? The other thing that I kind of lose my black card on, apparently, is that I don't like hip hop. And it's not that I don't like hip hop, it's that I don't understand what the rappers are saying because they talk too quickly. So I've never got into people like Jay-Z, Kanye East or 50p. I've never learnt the words to, it's alright mate, no one noticed. That was so. I've never ever learnt the words to Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? How did I get the words wrong? So I want to tell you something that happened to me the other day. This is first of all, I want to say, don't judge me on this, please. Okay? I was staying at a friend's house who invited me. This was over Christmas. He invited me on Christmas Day to stay at his house because he had a brand new baby boy born on Christmas Day.
Hey. Baby Jesus.
Sorry, what was that, mate?
Baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus. Yeah, you're about 2,000 years too late. No, it's so he was born on Christmas Day and he invited me to stay. See, the thing is, I've got two kids. I've got a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. And I love my kids, I really do love my kids, but there are times they wind me up so much that I do wish their mother swallowed that night. Those of you who have children understand. But no, I love my kids. So the point being that the novelty of a new baby boy is kind of worn off. It doesn't do anything for me. I stayed over the night and stripped down to my shirt and my t-shirt and my boxers. And we got talking throughout the whole of the night, and it was all going really lovely. And then during the course of the night, the mother asked me to go and get some nappies for the baby, which I was fine doing. And the nappies were on a shelf just above the baby. So I went over, and the baby was in one of those newborn cots where the baby's really high up, and I couldn't reach for the nappy, so I had to lean over, reaching for these nappies. Still couldn't do it. I had to tiptoe and lean over this baby, trying to get these nappies. And as I was reaching for these nappies, I realised that my bollocks were resting on the baby's head. I wish that was the worst of it. In order to remove myself from that situation, I had to drop my heels and step back. Effectively, teabagging a baby. I teabagged a baby. I'm not proud of it. And I'm black, I could have suffocated the little thing. I went to see my doctor the other day. I just turned 40. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I do look good. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, no, I just turned 40 because I'm at an age now where when I walk down the street and I see young people, I think, oh my God, my sperm's older than you. Yeah, hello, is this on? Yeah, my doctor said that I've got to do things to keep myself fit and active. So I joined Twitter. I think that's what he meant. The thing is, my name on Twitter is Russ Monkey with a Gun. Okay, and I'm called Monkey with a Gun because my profile picture is of a monkey with a gun. Clever. And the problem with that, and I've also changed my Facebook name to Russ Monkey with a Gun, just because of the profile picture. But the problem is that a lot of promoters think my surname is Monkey with a Gun. And I was once introduced on stage as Russ Monkey. Oh yeah, I laugh too. Right, I'm going to leave you with you've not been a lovely audience. You've warmed up now. Are you happy? Yeah. A bit of audience participation there. Ladies, put your hands in the air like you just don't care. Hey. I don't know what that means. It's a black thing. Because when I travel on gigs, I take a lot of buses, especially in London.
That I was strangulated in a bit earlier on. I was talking about my ex-girlfriend, wasn't I? That wonderful woman. Yeah, she was a lovely woman. And there's a couple more thoughts I had about her. When I first went to take her out on our first date, it was a blind date set up by a friend, and it was a Thursday night, and I got to her door and she said, "I'm sorry, Dan." She said, "Being blonde, I've got my dates mixed up. I thought we were going out Saturday." I said, "Don't worry about it. Being ginger, I'm also available on Saturday." So that was nice. Our relationship was a bit, it was fraught with communication problems. I'd say potato, she'd say potato. I'd say tomato, she'd say tomato. And that was one of our better conversations. So since she dumped me, I have struggled to find romance, believe it or not. And I think I've realised why, you know, it's because I'm too demanding, you know? I'm always like, oh, she doesn't like foreign films, oh, she's got terrible taste in music, silly little things like that. But as I get older, I realise I should be less fussy, because after all, a big pair of tits and the ability to make a bacon sandwich are all I've got to offer. Yeah, it did get a laugh, didn't it? Nice one, okay. Right, are you ready for your next act?
Yay!
Right, let's go crazy for Sonia B!
Before I have to leave you. Now, can I see if we've got any paranoid people in tonight? I just want to reassure you all that the next 5 to 10 minutes could be all about you. That's not true. It's going to be all about me. And my name's Sonia B. And I'm what I like to call an it girl. And that's because I basically find it less embarrassing admitting that I'm an IT consultant. But it is ironic working in IT, because all my relationships seem to mirror that of a computer keyboard. So whenever I meet somebody, they always want to control, alter, then delete me. They say my personality's too QWERTY. They want space. But I keep tabs on them as they shift between trying to escape and return home. It's actually not helped by the fact I consider myself to be a career woman, or what's the word my mum uses to her mates? Spinster. And as such, I have forgotten to have children, but I'm lucky because I've got nieces and nephews. And they say spending time with them helps, and it's true. The more I look down at their smiling faces and their bright ginger hair, I think, Christ, there's a bullet I've dodged. Hasn't stopped me looking for love though. I've tried internet dating. Has anyone tried it here?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you little liars. I recognise quite a few of you. Isn't that right, Steve? But the problem with internet dating is people lie, and they do lie about the most obvious things such as their age, or they put on a really old photo. And let's just say the last bloke I met up with looked nothing like it. In fact, the last time we'd been to barbers, I think they charged him a finder's fee. So I do try the ways to meet people, such as doing stand-up. So if anyone would like to go for a drink after, I'll be the 6-foot, blue-eyed brunette at the bar. Anyone single here tonight?
Yay!
Quite a few. I think when you're single, you worry, don't you, about that first time you bump into your ex. You know, I have these images that have been glam awards and stuff. It actually happened about 6 months ago. I was on the works night out, so at least I was with people, tick. I was all dressed up, tick. I'd lost all that weight. Fast forward to the end of the evening, I'm sat outside a pub sharing a fag with a homeless person, covered in vomit, stinking of piss, and I've got to say, he wasn't in a much better state either. And that is when I heard the familiar snigger of my ex as he chucked me 50p and said, "So, I see you've got a new boyfriend." Shows what he knows, we actually went on to date for 6 months. Although we didn't like to make a big issue of it. Hey. No, it's not true. Actually, around that time, I actually came out as gay. I think the signs have been there, but I actually accepted it when it became trendy. And because of my past, I do kind of consider myself to be bi, which I have to admit does actually confuse people. Some just think I'm being greedy when all it's done is double my rejections. And some just seem to think it means I have sex with more than one person at a time. And the number of propositions I've had to have a threesome is insulting. Not one. And my first girlfriend, Rachel, was from Burnley, a Lancashire lass. And as it was first for me, I kept it very quiet from friends and family. But eventually the time came, and I remember uttering those words I can never take back. "Mum, I'm seeing a northerner." I know it's Charmaine's birthday today. Happy birthday. I also know it's the other guy turned 40 recently. Was it yesterday? Thank you for the correction. Birthday plus. And it's actually my birthday not long back. I attend the Big 4-0 as well.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I usually leave a bit of a gasp of incredulity. But my friends all decided to buy me a present together combined. Now when they do that, you expect something good, don't you? So I had an idea that it would be a Paris holiday, hot air balloon, something like that. What they actually got me was a Segway experience. Right? Now I don't know if you know what these are, but essentially they are motorised Zimmer frames. Okay? But then I looked into them, and this is fact, right? Fact, especially since I put it in Wikipedia. The owner of the Segway actually died riding up one off a cliff. So I decided to buy all my friends one as well, and up to Beachy Head one way. So who have we got in tonight? Where are people from? Are you all locals, Brighton lot? Yeah. So you haven't really made the effort tonight, no? Because what I'm talking about, I did a gig recently. I had somebody come all the way from LA to watch me. Can you believe that? Lower Arundel. So they're doing pretty well. But I actually live local myself. I live down Brighton Marina, or as the Residents Association prefers us to call it, Astor Car Park. And I am a bit of a victim really, in that, because it is such a holiday spot, my mum likes to stay quite often. And so much so that actually, last time she visited, she left a review on TripAdvisor. But, what she also did when she came, she wanted to go shopping at Asda. Now I have to admit, I'm a bit selfish. I actually bought myself a two-seater because I don't like giving people lifts. But actually it had a hip-hop, and also it meant I could park right outside, you know, in those mother and child bays. I thought I'd do it. And when we left, I think they must be trialling those new Anthony Warrell Thompson self-checkout tills. She seemed to have a lot of unexpected items in the bagging area. But anything that helps with recession, I think, isn't it, if you can save some money. So I've actually put together some top tips for you all. So first off, landline. Get rid. Let's face it, the only time you ever use it is to call your mobile when you've lost it, isn't it? Yeah? Secondly, anyone going on holiday? No. You do that poor. Right, well, if you do go on holiday and you've got a cat, did you know it costs £100 to put them in a cattery for a week, only £20 to buy a brand new kitten fully vaccinated? And also, anyone want after dinner, go into your kitchen, get a wooden spoon, write the number 6 on it, and go into any local gastro pub. Right, so before the rest of the everything, you've all been lovely. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Let's do it again for Sonia Lee. Fantastic. Right, we're almost at the end of the night now. Are you ready for your final act? Yeah. Okay, I've seen him before. Very many times, and he's hiding in the corner. Are you ready to come on, Chris? Alright, his name is Chris Ashton. He's a very funny man, lots of gags. Are we ready for him? Yes! Let's go fucking mental! For Chris Ashton! Yes!
So, hello Brighton, you alright? Yeah. As my dyslexic wife would say, hello Brighton, you alright? Doesn't affect her speech. I shouldn't take the piss out of her for being dyslexic, but I do. She doesn't help herself. She went to an S&M party in a flowery frock and a cardigan. But the food was delicious. Which is just as well, because she's not the domestic goddess she thinks she is. No, we've got an espresso machine at home, and she puts hot chocolate in it. So I stand there in the kitchen and mock her. She took me to an Indian restaurant the other night. I've got no idea why. I'm not allowed to eat rice. I'm asthmatic. I'm on for 3 hours. But yeah, it has been a nice day today. I was down the park earlier on playing frisbee with the dog. Didn't work, if I'm honest. No, I think I need a flatter dog. But I do tease her. She gets her own back. You know why she gets her own back? I call it a pleasure in herself with a cucumber. And then she cut it up and put it on my sandwiches. Skinny cat, I never knew she had a dinner. So I suppose you've gathered from my accents I'm not from round here. No, from a place called Ramsbottom. Anybody know it? No? No? Ramsbottom? Well, like the name suggests, it's a bit of a shithole. Which is slightly unfair. No, it's up north. Yeah, which reminds me, I once met a northern transvestite. Well, I assumed he was from up north. He had a wig and a dress. Second time with that one fella. But yeah, the north of England, it does have a reputation for raining a lot. Yeah, so me and the wife go up there just to have sex. Oh, she loves it when I take her where the sun doesn't shine. But yeah, I actually got called a posh, pretentious northerner the other day. Cracking, I nearly choked on me latte. And it's because I don't like grapes. Which is true. But credit where it's due, because of what they sell, you do get a lot of big, beautiful buxom girls behind the counter in grapes. I know, I've been in one. Wayne Greggs had just announced a £4.5 billion turnover, but in here there were 3 for £1. I ordered one of their infamous fresh air pasties, and eventually when it arrived, and after the Adele lookalike behind the counter short-changed me, she turned around and said, "Sorry about the wait." I went, "Don't worry, love, you'll lose it eventually." Bit of northern charm there, eh? Been going that a couple of years now, so it works. But she is sensitive about her weight. So I said I'd support her. Not literally, that'd be daft, wouldn't it? So for her birthday I signed her up for Weight Watchers. First meeting I went with her. And I'm sat there for half an hour, listening to these 20-stone women lie through the teeth about enjoying slim fasts and low-fat spreads and Rivitas. And I'm thinking, get real, girls. If I'd have rolled a cream egg along the floor in that meeting, that would have been the nastiest game of hungry hippos ever. But let's be honest, girls. Have you got enough room on the arse of your jogging bottoms to print bootylicious? It probably isn't, is it? Anyway, she dumped me just before Christmas. Yeah, thanks for the sympathy. Just before Christmas. And I sent her a really expensive card as well to express my feelings. And she just accused me of calling her fat and distant. Yeah, thanks a lot, moonpig.com. But yeah, 2012 wasn't a great year for me. No, I went to the Olympics. Yeah, I had front row seats for the women's beach volleyball. Yeah, my tickets to the semis. So I was hoping for Brazil, Sweden. I actually got Afghanistan, Syria. Which, to be honest, has got injury time and sudden death written all over it, hasn't it? Yeah. But then we had the Paralympics. Yeah, enjoyed those. I noticed Ukraine had a huge Paralympic team. Yeah, well, it's good to see Chernobyl paying off. I noticed at the Paralympics we didn't have Paul McCartney singing at the closing ceremony. Yeah, I assume that was because he didn't want to bump into Heather Mills. I've always wanted to have sex with a woman with one leg. Yeah, well, I'm 5'4", I could probably get my other one in there as well. But yeah, Paralympics. Crikey. They're in trouble, like Pistorius, he's in trouble. But at least he's going to get a new bathroom door out of it. I mean, he'd been after a new one for a while. But she was dead against it. Well, what is it with Paralympians and guns? Eh? Even that Ellie Simmons. She's just been arrested on a small arms charge. But yeah, actually the Six Nations is back on again this weekend. Are we looking forward to the rugby union? Yeah. Yeah, I noticed in rugby when you get a yellow card, you get 10 minutes in the sin bin. Got me thinking, if you get a yellow card at wheelchair rugby, do you get 10 minutes in the wheelie bin? I noticed the Chinese, they're cashing in on the horse meat scandal. Yeah, they've just started selling quarter pandas. But I actually went to a Chinese funeral yesterday. Yeah, no one turned up. Unbelievable. And then pennies dropping over here. Brilliant. But have you got any Germans in? No? Of course we haven't. It's a comedy night. What am I talking about? Because I went to a German theme park recently. Yeah, Führer Disney. Yeah, they had no roller coaster. No, they had a Holocauster instead. Not too soon, Brighton. Yeah. They even had their own brothel, the gas chamber. Reaction to that one reminds me of the German novel I once read, The Lion, the Fritz, and don't mention the wardrobe. I actually got sent home from work the other week for wearing my granddad's RAF Bomber Command uniform. Yeah, well, somebody said it was Dresden Friday. I was saying, oh, I just come from work. I got hit on the head at work today by a power tool. Yeah, 1 minute minding my own business, next minute, bosh! Yeah, they're a Muslim lad at work. He says to me, "Do you know, Chris, I've got the entire Quran on DVD. Oh, and that's brilliant. Can you burn me a copy?" So yeah, Brighton. Eh? Oh, I do like Brighton, to be honest. I was walking around Church Street and on the way here. Seen a sign. Alcohol and violence is a dangerous combination. Surely anything and violence is a dangerous combination. You know, knitting and violence is a dangerous combination, isn't it? Knit one, pearl one, stab one. You know. I dropped my contact lenses down the toilet this morning. Couldn't see shit. It reminds me, I saw an advert today for Vanish. Yeah, Britain's #1 stain remover. It's not good to me. I need Britain's #2 stain remover. Yeah, well, I'll get skid marks like Mars bars. Right. But I've not actually had a #2 for 25 days, 13 hours, 16 minutes. Yeah, well, I've been keeping a log. Anyway, enough of this political satire. Shall we have a joke? Right then, a mate of mine is shagging twins. So how do you tell them apart? He went, easy. Sharon's blonde and Dave's got a cock. And on that, I'll hand you back to the MC. Thank you very much for listening. Cheers. Good night.
Thanks very much, Chris Ashton. Right, that's the end of the final comedy cavern, because the next one is the comedy court. I want to have a big round, a big hand. Thank you. A big hand for all the acts we've seen tonight. In the first section, we saw Fraser Geeson. We saw Dawn Melissa. We saw Marwan. We saw Mass. And then we threw out Nando. And then we had a break. And then we had Russ. And then we had Sonia B. And then last act to the right, you just this minute saw him, so don't pretend you didn't. Chris Ashton! And let's all say one last happy birthday to our beautiful host, Shami! Thanks very much. See you in a couple of weeks. Happy birthday, darling.